over the years, people have continually found ways, very appropriately, very succinctly, to talk to Jewish consumers. One of the most successful and clearly the longest running is the Maxwell House Haggadah. Back in the early 30s, Maxwell House was, and it's an interesting story, wasn't really sold for Passover because people incorrectly thought that coffee beans were in the legume category, and at Passover, most traditional Jews don't have, aside from grain products, don't have legume products. But in effect, actually, coffee beans are actually a fruit, and they are certainly certified and are kosher for Passover. And to drive that message home, Maxwell House started distributing for free with purchase of coffee the Passover Haggadah. It's the service, of course, for the first and second night of the Seder, when to drink the wine, when to eat the matzah, when to hide the matzah, all those fun things that we all grew up on. And it drove home something that people never really thought about. Maxwell House became this Jewish brand over the years. We've talked about so many different programs and projects, but that's something that if you talk to almost any American Jew, they say, well, what do you think about at Passover time? And the first thing that comes to mind is that Maxwell House Haggadah. We've printed 50 million Haggadahs over the years. Every single, I guess, military campaign since the early 30s, the United States have been involved in. Servicemen and women across the world, and still today, utilize that Maxwell House Haggadah when on the front lines fighting for the United States, and they're sitting there with their box of matzah and maybe some grape juice and a Maxwell House Haggadah. And you talk about servicemen, and they'll come out of the army and tell you that they've had this. And you'll find someone in Wyoming that says, oh, we sit around their Passover table with that Maxwell's book, and you find Jews in New York that do the same thing. And it's taken a brand that does very well in the coffee marketplace and really elevated them into a status of an icon in American Jewish history, where you can go on eBay and people are selling old Maxwell House Haggadahs. It's a memorabilia. And that's really what talks about connecting with a consumer in a way that it's tough to do. How do you get onto someone's table and be part of their family?